Hi friends, good morning to all of you. I am welcoming you back to Edu Mantra, the favorite channel of students in India. We have taken a mission and the vision to help each and every steps of the CBSE students and to show the lamp and to show the light in their each and every path. So here once again with a great pleasure I am standing in front of you with a new topic, that is nationalism in India. Again I am recommending you many of the children are asking me to speak in Hindi. So this session we have kept for everyone from the Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. All the people should watch it and they should understand it. So we have detailed portions of Hindi in different segment was done by your favorite sir Sanjeev sir. So more than that we need to help other part of the country, and with that we are helping you also with a great pleasure. So this is very important chapter, that it is nationalism in India, and very sweet, and it is our pride to learn this chapter. And we each and every one of us being an Indian, we need to be proud to study this chapter. It is not for the exam sake we are studying. It is being an Indian, it is my duty. It's my responsibility to understand these all the concept or what all are the struggles put forward by the freedom fighters in India. So it's not to be need not to be studied in an examination point of view or anything. You learn it and you go through this concept with a feeling of nation, as India is my country. That feeling you keep it with you. Definitely you will answering the whichever the question in whichever the way the examiner is asking, definitely you will answer it. I am very quite sure about that. So without being much description on this topic, we will be moving towards the first. What will be the first question answer which can be asked? What may be the first question from this chapter? So the first question from this chapter: why growth of nationalism is in the colonies is linked to an anti-colonial movement? Why the growth of nationalism in the colonies? This is in the colonies. Okay, sorry. Why growth of nationalism in the colonies linked to an anti-colonial movement? So you need to analyze this question. Why the feeling of nation, the love towards my nation is an anti-colonial movement? Then you need to understand what is a colonialism or colonial means. What do you mean by colonial? Colonialism, I hope everyone is knowing. Colonialism means there was a time in the 15th, 16th centuries onwards, the European people traveled towards our country or different part of the Asian, Arabian, South African region. They have come and occupied the land. They just came as the traders. Then started to just interfere in our political matters, social matters, and they started to take our land and they started to have the political power, and completely they have captured our area. And all the things they have brought out in their control. And that is colonialism. So we were the colonies at that time. So the sense of nationalism which we have brought in our mind, or the sense of nationalism which evolved in our freedom fighters or in the people, those who have participated in the freedom, it is an anti-colonial movement. It is not the feeling of as it is emerged from that it is nationalism, it is my India is my country, I want my country Swaraj. It is not. Definitely when we are critically and theoretically study, we can connect it as we can say that it is. So the national feeling which was emerged in the mind of the people in the beginning, it was anti-colonial movement. It was some against the movement against this colonialist. While they were making the movement against the colonialists, automatically some national feeling started to come up. So the examiner is asking why the growth of nationalism in the colonies is linked to an anti-colonial movement. How we can say that it is nationalism which emerged in the mind of the people, we can be linked to an anti-colonial movement. So I hope clearly you understood the question. So that is why in order to understand very perfectly the question, that was I was giving a little explanation on the question itself. I hope you understood. Now we are going to detailedly discuss about why this nationalism is linked to an anti-colonial movement, or why it is considered as an anti-colonial. First point, we can see that in India and as in many other colonies, when we take this concept as it is not only in India. We take the history of, we have studied about the South Africa. In the 9th standard, you have studied the constitutional design. We have studied about Nelson Mandela and the African National Congress, and he was arrested, imprisoned, and this racial discrimination and everything. So the white people introduced the racial discrimination in the South Africa, and they were started the fight, and these people were for their country or for their land, they were fighting against the white. It is also an anti-colonial, it was also an anti-colonial movement. In the story of Vietnam, luckily you do not have that chapter this year, otherwise the story of Vietnam also was the part of our history curriculum. This year you are lucky because of it is not there, board has removed that chapter, you are very lucky. So in India and in many other colonies, the growth of modern nationalism is intimately connected to an anti-colonial movement. So when we take the history of India and the different countries in the world, or the Asian or African countries, when we take, we can definitely understand that it is the national feeling which emerged in their mind and the national feeling which emerged among the Indians. We can directly say that it was an anti-colonial movement. It was directly something which they have decided to fight against someone. Who was that someone? Definitely you know that it is the Britishers. So while they were fighting against the Britishers, they had and automatically a national feeling started to come among them. So that is the first point you need to write, that it is many other colonies like a national feeling came, it as an anti-colonial movement only. Then second point you will write, people began discovering their unity in the process of their struggle with the colonialism. People started to began to make their unity. The people began discovering their unity. You clearly listen the term that it is people began discovering their unity. People began discovering their unity means it was not there. There was no unity at that time. That is why these people are, the sentence is that people began discovering the unity. That means there was no unity. Why there was no unity? If you are a studious history student, you can understand that the pre-independence period, what was the condition of India? Definitely you may be knowing. What was the condition of pre-independence India? It was very pathetic. Being a 21st century man or the woman, you may not be accepting it. A 21st century boy or girl, you may not be accepting it. The system which we had been following, that you remember that this caste system and everything. The society was divided very drastically. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. And Shudras were considered as the lowest caste, and they were considered as the untouchables. They cannot touch, they cannot go, or they cannot share anything in the restaurant or in the public park, even the road they cannot share. the work they were doing, and for the wages were thrown in front of them. If they want to give some food or anything, it was thrown in front of them. Otherwise they will make the pit, the ground, and they will put the banana leaves or something like that. They will be putting there they are eating, there they were eating. Such a way they were. Even they have, so we can say that even lesser than the animal they have considered. So here people began discovering their unity in the process of struggle with the colonialism. So in a society, India, there was no unity. Why there was no unity? Because there were so many disparities were there in India. The disparities like the culture, caste, religion, everything was there. The people were not at all united. No, there was no unity. India is my country, Bharat Mata ki jai. Nothing was there. Everyone was independent continent at that time. Everyone was different islands at that time. So make these islands together. Some common force came among them. Which was the common force came among to make these islands together? That was the colonialist. A person or a someone who has come against all of these people. Whether you are Brahmin or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, whoever you are, rich or poor, or the majority or minority you are in the country, now there is a suppressing force come against you. Who is that suppressing force? That is Britishers. So everybody's intention, you are a Brahmin or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, whoever maybe you are, everybody is having one and only common enemy. Who is that common enemy? That is Britishers. So they start to discover a unity among them by forgetting their own caste disparities and discrimination or the economical disparities and discrimination and everything. Little time they were ready to forget. Why they were ready to forget? They want to defeat a common enemy. Who is the common enemy of them? Britishers. So that is why we are saying that it is a national feeling emerged inside the mind of the people. It was an anti-colonial movement. The people, those who were fighting against each other, the people divided into number of islands, or the people, those who were not respecting each other, not accepting each other, they were ready to make an understanding or adjustment. Why they were ready to make an understanding or adjustment? Because they had a common enemy. Who was that common enemy? Britishers. So people began discovering their unity in the process of struggle with the colonialism. When they have come against the colonialism, they started to make the unity among themselves. I hope you are following with me. Next point, the sense of being oppressed under the colonialism provided a shared bond that tied many different groups together. The sense of being oppressed. Everyone started to have a sense that I am being oppressed. I am being oppressed by someone. I am being oppressed by whom? I am being oppressed by the Britishers. It was not the thought of Brahmins. It was not only the thought of Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra. Everyone, even being the center or being the topper class of the society, even the Brahmins also were struggling under the colonialism. Even if the Britishers were ready to give some positions for the Brahmins by understanding or by accepting their higher caste system, even they were also suppressed. So many Brahmins were the zamindar, so many people, they were the village headmen, like that, and so many zamindar forced to give up their land. So many Brahmins were forced to give up their authority in that particular area. And so this, after becoming the zamindar or after becoming the headman or anything, the Britishers were forcing them to bring the soldiers for them, collect these taxes, and they have fixed these taxes. And after fixing the taxes, these people were supposed to give this much money amount every month. If they are not able to pay, their lands were confiscated to the British government. So many things. Then if it was the condition towards the Brahmins or the people, those who were feeling themselves as the higher class in the society, you can imagine what would have happened against the lower classes. So they were also struggling by because of the different taxes which was levied by the part of the Britishers. They were struggled by the taxes which they were paying to us. So that is why we can say the sense of being oppressed under the colonialism, a shared bond, that they had a shared bond. When the Brahmins thought that I am also suppressed, Kshatriyas thought I am also suppressed, Shudra thought I am also suppressed, rich, poor, everyone is suppressed. So among them there was a bond came. Why this bond came? Because they felt that we all are suppressed by one. Who is that? Britishers. So they started to unite among themselves. They had made a bond among them against the Britishers. So we can say that it is the national feeling which came among the Indians, the growth of nationalism among the Indians, it was an anti-colonial movement. So when they have felt that we are under the control of Britishers, a sense of being oppressed, a small bond is produced among themselves. So they felt that it is to have they feel that it is they are being under the Britishers, or sense of collective identity or bond they have formed, and they have come against the Britishers by forgetting their individual differences or caste differences or anything. Now, next point, once we consider the next point, we can see, but each class and the group felt the effects of colonialism differently. Their expenses were varied, experiences were varied. So each class and the group felt, what did they feel? The effects of colonialism in different way. On the way we come to the different videos with different topic, we will come to know that the concept of Swaraj or the concept of nationalism or feeling of their nation was different. When we come or when we approach the people in the countryside or in the rural area, for them the Swaraj means the taluksdar should be removed, there should be no beggar system, the taxes should be removed. For the plantation workers, they need the permission to be free in and out of the plantation very freely. That was the Swaraj for them, or the concept of freedom for them. And for the tribal people, allow them to go inside the forest and collect the fruits or roots or nuts or anything whatever may be without the restriction of anyone. So the Swaraj was different. The effects of colonialism differently they were. So these all are the problems were there. Once we speak about the countryside, once we speak about the tribals, once we speak about the plantation workers, they all were struggling in different way under the colonialism. So because of that only, the concept of nationalism or the concept of Swaraj or freedom was entirely different. So Gandhiji tried to for these groups together within one movement. So that was the thing which was done by the Congress. That was the thing which are done by the leading political leaders or the freedom fighters at that time. What did they do? Gandhiji tried to force them or bring them together for the one cause. What was the one cause? That it is to kick out these Britishers from out of our country. So this each and every group, whether you are a Brahmin or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra, casteally, or if you take the example of the peasant or farmer or the pastoralists, or you are a priest, whomever you are, and the plantation workers, businessmen, rich, poor, rich peasant, poor peasants, everyone had an effect, a different effect of colonialism. So each of them were protesting against the colonialism in different way. Plantation workers are asking that we need to give the permission to move around the plantation, in and out of the plantation, and meet our village and meet our people and everything. The tribal people are asking that it is what they want. They were protesting against the Britishers, that it is they want to allow. They wanted to be allowed get into the forest and collect the forestal products. So the villagers were asking that it is to stop this tax collection. So many unwanted taxes you are taking, that also in a higher in amount you are taking, it is to be removed. So many people came against the Britishers with this different notion and different demands. What the Congress or the Gandhiji was doing, make them, force them together, all these them together under one movement, that it is civil disobedience movement or non-cooperation movement or whatever may be, united together. And Mahatma Gandhi asked them, all your expectation, you want to get into the forest, it will be happening. You want to cancel the taxes, it will be fulfilled. You want to reduce you wanted to go in and out of the plantation, it will be fulfilled. So what is to be done? We all together will make the movement, and we will go all together, will go against the Britishers. That the national feeling started to come. But actually, when we critically discuss in this topic or this nationalism or national feeling, we can come to know that this is right, that what is asked, that it is a nationalism in the time that we can say that it is an anti-colonial movement. Definitely it is an anti-colonial movement. I hope you understood that it is, or whichever the way this comes into the conclusion, that really it is an anti-colonial movement. Why it is an anti-colonial movement? So you have to go through these points. India's many other colonies, India was also under the colonialism, so many other colonies like India also was fighting against the Britishers. The people began discovering their unity, how these different types of people in caste, color and creed and everything, in the economically with the people, those who were different, they started to begin discovering the unity against a common enemy, that was the Britishers. And the sense of being oppressed by the Britishers made among them the feeling to fight against them. So at last we can see that it is each class and the group felt the effect of colonialism in different way. So the Mahatma Gandhiji as well as the Congress and the Congress leaders were trying to unite, bring them together. The people, those who are different in their demand, they try to bring them together to have under one movement. That is our national movements. So this made them to, or this forced in them automatically a feeling of nation. I hope you understood the question, which was the question which we have been started with. You know that why the growth of nationalism in the colonies is linked as an anti-colonial movement. Why it is linked to an anti-colonial movement. My dear friends, I hope you clearly understood this. You enjoyed this video and keep it up, and I will be coming with the next video, that is the next topic. Till then, bye.